me too much, but my brother. Now you got to understand, my brother, his wife is African American, okay, and he got flustered by it, and I was telling him, I think I did a good job of calming him down without, you know, messing with him too bad. But they kept changing the name of the bot and kept doing it, and so I was having to watch the chat quite a bit, and shut it down. And after the show, Danny was like, "Yeah, man, I totally messed with the flow." I said, "Only if you let it, Dan." I said, "You're going to get messed with on the internet, because he's one of those guys. He my brother and I are totally different people. Okay, he's very much. I've got 50 friends. He's got one. He's got one guy he trusts besides me. You know what I mean? He's that kind of guy, and he does not like that kind of shit at all. But he got through it. He got through it okay.
There you go.
See, that is great, bro. Camera. That's awesome. Yes. That is fantastic, bro.
Oh my fucking God.
Yes.
There we go. Get that afro out there.
That's right. You got to have the Bob Ross going on.
Thank you, Ostains, for making Gary look even more lesbian.
Oh, that was Ostain's idea?
Yes, John Ostain sent this to me, and I got it in the mail yesterday. And the funniest part is I actually didn't think I could look more lesbian than I already did.
You absolutely can.
So this is ultra lesbian look for Gary.
Oh my God! It's funny. I was watching.
I thought I'd show
Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I was watching one of his videos this morning, and it had Rosie O'Donnell on there, and I thought of you.
Yeah,
you're always saying that
because my hair looked like hers for that day. So I finished this page. So there you go.
Oh,
there you go. Looks good,
dude. What a difference!
Now the hatching shadow, the background shadow there, is that a pattern that you used?
No, it is a brush that I use.
Okay.
It does cross hatching for me, so I don't have to. Because I hate doing cross hatching. It's time consuming bullshit.
It is. That's why I was asking. If you were using something that could speed up that process. That's great.
You're talking at the same time, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you really sorry?
Yes, I am sorry.
You can do some drawing today while I'm drawing?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I'm getting the I run mine through Twitch, so I have to set it up. Yep.
I'm planning to get some that non-alcohol Guinness, so I can actually look like I'm drinking booze.
Oh man, really? I'm not drinking.
I would like all the drinking draws. And when I'm
Irish
done with
coffee
this book, there you go, Irish coffee. Real Irish coffee isn't the American version. Real Irish coffee is black coffee and a shot of whiskey. And that's all it is.
That goes for many things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
let's see.
I'm going to put it this way. Women in America like sweet drinks. And so they Americanized the drink for American women by making the whole Bailey's Irish cream bullshit. You can put cream in your fucking whiskey.
Yeah.
You can even add a scoop of sugar, but the fact is a true Irish whiskey is just black coffee and a shot of whiskey.
Black coffee and whiskey. Yeah. I use Bailey's with mine. I like mine with a tan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a girl. I can't help it.
Girly girls. It's sort of like, look, I've had a mudslide.
Can't help
I've had a mudslide and I fucking enjoyed the shit out of that.
Yeah.
But it's a liqueur. And I just I don't get into liqueurs. I like straight whiskey. When I have my whiskey, I like Irish whiskey, specifically
Jameson.
Jameson's good, but for me, Bushmills Black is the best whiskey I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make me go afterward. And I don't like American bourbon, which is, they call whiskey. It is made the same way, but in America, you're not supposed to call it whiskey. It's bourbon. And Jack Daniel's single barrel is the only way to go with that.
Yeah.
That shit's good.
I don't drink the single barrel. I just use Black Label. I like to feel mine going down, if you understand what I'm saying.
I don't know how to take that. That's kind of perverted sounding.
Let's see.
Who's all here today? Who's showing up in the chat?
We have
We got
Penny.
Penny here. Hi, Penny. Good morning. I hope you're doing well.
Well, she's laughing at least. And we had Wade with another name. Wade, you're driving me crazy, man. Stop changing your name.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Like there's a fake Wade Nation out there.
We just call him Wade anyway, so whatever I say.
Okay. So it is decided this doesn't want to work this morning. Hang on. I'm going to go on my avatar for a minute while I work on this. Let's see.
And by the way, there's that brush, Martin. See it?
Hmm?
That's the brush. And I have it set to rotate. So I'm going to do a couple of them. And they go in different directions. You see what I did?
I've got my head down working on
Martin.
this right now.
Yes.
I was asking you, did you see what I did?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So the explanation of we have this new Wade is got a new phone and forgot the password.
Oh my
Oh,
God. Are
boy.
you serious, Wade?
Forgot the password. How is that possible?
Oh,
That's
But
why you write them
probably
down
the-
before you
That's
start
why you
with a
write
new
them
phone.
down. That's a fact.
yep. That is
Well, but for
exactly
setting up a
why
new
you write them
phone.
down.
That'll teach him.
Okay.
Oh,
Done.
good Lord. Good Lord. Good
Stream
Lord.
information updated. Okay. So that's
I do
done.
need to put a call into him this week. Father Weems.
Father Weems.
Yeah, he's going to visit you in April, right?
He's wanting to, but I don't want him to right now.
Because you have to focus on your book.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll
So
understand.
I don't know.
that.
I don't know how I'm going to tell him. I meant
She
to call
should
him
be there
Friday,
for-
but I forgot to call. Remind me
Okay,
later,
Be
hon.
there.
I will.
For some reason,
He
my
should be there
mobile.
for your wedding
You know what? I'm going to see if there's an
or
update
before.
on.
I would like to see him counseling Anima about Gary.
Oh my God.
This is
It'll
upsetting.
It absolutely will be just nothing but endless shitting on me between her and him.
Yeah.
Because
We would
he's
have-
known me since I was little. So he will have all kinds of fucking stories about me.
Okay, Twitch has an update. All right. So I'm going to update it and then I'm going to reboot the pad and maybe that'll fix it. What's happening is every time I start this Twitch stream, it kicks it off saying it has a something wrong with it. So let's see. if
Yeah,
that fixes
Amazon.
it. Right.
That is what's wrong with Twitch. It's on Amazon.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Twitch is owned by Amazon. They've owned it for a few years now. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you get a lot of perks. You get a lot of freebies through them for computer gaming for sure. And
Well, I
some
know I
stuff
get
on
perks.
Xbox and
I get Amazon perks when I'm playing on Call of Duty too.
yeah. Amazon's owned that for a while.
I did not fucking know that.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure exactly when they bought them, but they've owned it for a while.
Yeah. Oh,
That was their I think it was shortly before they made that video game that bombed, right? Martin? Remember they were going to do
No,
that live
I think
service
Twitch
game?
Twitch was before that. I think,
What was it called? New
or maybe
World,
the same.
I think was the name of it. You know the one I'm talking about?
Every single game that Amazon has tried to do has bombed.
Yeah,
But that
they've
one,
screwed it up.
that one was
Well, that's because they're
killing
DEI.
GPUs.
Nobody's going to buy their fucking games.
No, that New World game that they made, it was my kind of aesthetic. Everybody had tricorn hats, and it was my motif. I was looking forward to it, and it was so broken, Gary, that people
What
quit
happened?
playing it within a couple of months. It was
Good.
well, it's just the whole thing was just busted.
Yes, it burns
You'd have
some
to
GPUs.
just look up the videos on it. It's called New World. I
Oh,
think is the name
big
of it.
hog on your fucking RAM and VRAM.
Well,
Yep.
that, and plus, it's the kind of game I like. It's an MMO RPG. So, you're playing online with a bunch of people, and that's the part that was busted. People get
I
kicked
only
off
like-
in the middle of fights. They didn't have the servers for it to begin with. They
I love
couldn't handle the kind of traffic
military
they got at the
MMOs.
beginning. Yep. I play
Arma
DC
was
Universe
a very
online
good
all
one.
the time.
Have you guys ever played Arma?
Mm-mm.
It's a great military ground forces, air forces, armor, all in one fucking MMO.
Oh, wow.
I try to stay away from MMOs.
Yeah.
It's the only MMO I can play that's because they try to do something close to it with Battlefield, where you can fly mechanized, ground mechanized, and I kind of love the idea of it, but it just, my problem is, okay, look, a Barrett 50 caliber,
And there
it's
we go.
a very specific weapon, and it's a one-shot, one kill. You can pretty much hit a human being almost anywhere in their body and they're done.
Wow.
Yep.
And it's a two-shot kill in Battlefield.
Okay.
And that's where they lost me. I'm like, okay, if you can't get a fucking Barrett right, what's the point in playing this game?
Right.
Because I hit a guy center mass from about 500 yards out with a Barrett rifle,
Mm-hmm.
and he turned and started trying to run. I had to shoot him twice. And the second time I had to shoot him, I had to lead him. Oh, we lost Joe.
Yeah.
I had to
You
lead
had
him
no
because he
problem.
was running. I'm like, nobody runs after getting hit by a 50 caliber. Nobody.
That was his ghost.
Yeah, it's Holy Ghost.
Look, man, is the same thing with all Star Wars games in which they are using lightsabers. Nobody survives a lightsaber to the chest. And you have to slam that lightsaber on the enemies like 3, 4, 5 times before they die.
Yeah, that's horseshit.
Okay.
Yeah, I
He's
hit
back.
buttons, switching cameras. So, done.
Don't worry.
Yeah, apparently Twitch had an update on the mobile devices, and I had to apply it before I could even get in here. So, okay. I'm just going to go back in here. I was coloring this on my show the other day. I added a silhouette of a sailor on there next to the machine gun there. Matter of fact, I need to shade that machine gun, don't I? Let's see. I think those are 50 cals mounted on there for tearing up boats, I think.
Oh, that's mounted? Yeah, it's probably a 50.
Mhm.
The smallest it would be a Browning 30.
Mhm.
If it's Marine Corps, it's 240. That's a
Coast
beast,
Guard, baby.
man.
The 5th service. It's the Coast Guard, baby.
I got to tell you that I didn't even know that 240 was real until I was like watching a video about it. And that is a beast of a machine gun
Is it?
used by the Marine Corps.
Well, you couldn't be
Well,
a
what?
hell dog. You couldn't be a hell dog without a big gun.
Right?
Devil Dog.
Devil Dog.
I knew what you meant.
We all know what you meant. Yeah.
But when Popes joined, just remember Devil Dog.
Devil Dog. That's right. Yeah, he's
When is Pope
working,
gonna
man.
be back?
He's a working man again,
He's
boys
still
and girls.
working right now, so
Well,
I
good
thought
for
they
him.
they
laid
ended
him
up
off.
extending the contract.
Oh,
Hey, Vince.
hi Vince.
Vince Womack? Good
Yeah.
morning, dude.
Yes. Skeletor's
How are you doing,
first
my
cousin.
friend?
Hardest working wrench in the business, boys and girls. That's him.
Well, him and D
I
Bud
thought
Martin,
that's
man.
Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
D Bud's a beast. And I would put Womack right up there with him. I really would. Hope you're having a good morning, man.
Well, he's doing his thing. Jesus, give me a second, man.
No. He moves too fast, dude. His copy and paste skills are awesome.
Who? Womack's?
Yep.
Yes.
No doubt. Okay.
No way. I'm not bringing all those up. My goodness. How do you do that?
Oops, too long. There we go.
Okay. Got all that. I think the next color I need, well, I need to look at the emblem real fast. Let's see. Search for that over here so you guys don't have to watch all that shit. Coast Guard logo. Let's see what colors are in there, if I even need to put any in there. Because you know what? I'm sitting here doing the kind of details I really don't need to do sometimes, Gary, because I'm looking at it blown up and really big, when on a page, you're not going to need that much detail. You know what I mean?
Gary's the same.
Yeah.
When he does our thumbnails, he zooms in all the way to fix the tiniest little things. And those are only thumbnails. He's a perfectionist.
Well, most of us that pick up pencils are. Let's see. Okay. So there it is. That is the logo. So if I really wanted to get specific with it, which I don't think I need to, as you can see, it's a navy blue and the stripes are red inside the emblem. I don't think I need that kind of detail on that.
And as a colorist, I would actually go an extra layer over the inks, and I would put spray, white spray.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
we
you
have-
can do that. Yeah, good
We
idea.
have Helen Place and Emmanuel.
How'd you
Hey,
like the
Manuel.
color I came up with? How'd you like the color I came up with for the seawater? Of course, I haven't put the different
It's a good color. It's
shades in it, but I
an
think that's a
aqua
good base
blue.
color. If you've
Yeah,
ever
it's
been in the
aqua blue.
ocean, it leans towards green, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get more of the base colors in here. I've been playing around with color. Now, you guys watching? Gary's a pro. I am not. I've never done this shit before, so I'm basically flying blind here. I'm just putting in here stuff that I liked in comic books reading when I was growing up. That's that's what I'm putting in here. You know what I mean?
Well, the funny thing is, people think that when you're drawing, you draw everything's vertical all the time. And it's like, no, as an artist, I learned to rotate my board so I could follow the natural curve of my wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I'm doing this. It's on its side right now.
Right. Okay. Use that for my gray. I don't want it too dark. Don't want it too light either. Okay. Let's make sure we're on colors. And let's get on syrup. Love that syrup pen. You press down just a little bit and it gets really wide. Ah. Blow it up a little bit. This is one thing I love. I'm sure you've got the same kind of tool. Hang on. Let me get this the right size. I'm sure you've got the same kind of tool in Adobe, but you can sit here and take a line, hold it, and it'll pop straight, and then you just move it where you want it. I think that's extremely cool. All right. Ah! Watch it now, Joe. Short strokes. All right.
Galen plays It's Good.
I don't know.
We had that when I was visiting Gary, and it's so close to the real stuff. I was surprised.
No. Absolutely. What Anima just said, Ale in Place, I was like, oh, this is going to taste like crap. And it was exact. It was exact. And it does have alcohol in it.
Yeah.
It's just so low, it barely registers. That's why you can't sell it as a grocery. You know, kids can't buy Guinness and non-alcoholic beers because there is actually alcohol in them. They can't get rid of all of it. Good morning, Mev. How are you doing, my friend? Yeah, you like the...
Well,
this is from
he's
John
been amused, I
Ostains.
can tell you that.
This is from John Ostains. It arrived yesterday from Walmart. It's the Bob Ross artist guy wig. And it comes with the beard and mustache, but I can't wear it because it's got glue on it.
You don't need it. You got a beard and mustache. You got one.
Yeah. So you just can't see it because it's so white, and I'm so white.
Oh, no, don't worry, Beth. But even 5 minutes at the end, it would be nice. You're always welcome.
Oh, if he can drop in?
You're always missed.
We love it when you're here, buddy.
He's
what the hell?
Very busy at the moment.
Now, you've got a kid that draws. You should get your kid on here.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. More artists, the better.
I'd love Zoe to do this and not be on camera, just draw.
Just draw, yeah.
Because she's terrified of being on camera.
I don't know why, because the times she has been on camera, she has been great.
He thinks she's a dope. She's got a very low self-esteem in that department, which I don't understand where that comes from, because she's always been a ham.
Didn't come from you, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Well, I don't know, because I've always been kind of comfortable in crowds and doing stand-up comedy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I won the Gong Show when I was 14, Fredericksburg Gong Show, by doing impressions and stand-up comedy. The comedy was based on things that were being given to me by the audience. They had to suggest stuff.
You were Robin Williams.
And I love doing that shit.
I'm sure.
Now, one more thing I got to do here. Now, when I'm going to do a line with a pen, I have to make sure to do that about right there, 23%. And it stretches the ink better. See how that's thicker here on the end instead of feathering off?
I'm about to tackle something that's a little tricky. I always have a fun time and go through several different shades of skin tone when I'm trying to create it.
I create several palettes when I'm doing comics, and it's important. And if you don't know this, learn this quickly. Create palettes for every character.
Okay.
And save those palettes. And all I do, I'll show you how I do it. You take an 11 by 7, and it doesn't need to be high resolution. File, new. You go to inches here. Go 7 inches by 11. And I do it at 150 DPI, not 72.
This is for Adobe Photoshop you're doing this for, right?
Yeah, and basically all you do is you pick your selection, go to one of the largest circles without being, yeah, that's about the right size right there. And make sure you're using a hard brush. So you go here and you make sure you don't use a feather brush. This is feather, and so you know the difference. This is what feather looks like.
Mm-hmm.
See how it does that? You don't want that.
Yeah. You want it solid.
You want a solid circle, and you pick your colors. Like I'll do a flesh tone real quick, and this is the general area right here for flesh.
Yeah, right in the orange area there. Yeah.
Yeah, orange between red, and you pick one, and then you, after you select it for that character, this is forever their skin tone, and you'll name it. You know, you can even write it on the top of the thing. If they have a favorite jacket that they wear, you pick a color for that. And this is a good color for like leather highlights right there. Leather highlights. And you just create a palette, and you do it, and you just row by row. And you name it that character. You file name it, you save, and then you come on, let's load. Thank you. And then you name it like for you, it'll be Joe. Color, and make sure to always put it there, and create a separate folder for it too, in your coloring folder. Because I separate all my coloring folders. I have my flat folder, and flats is where this would belong. Like if I was doing flats for this, I would have a flat folder. I would put all my character colors in that flat folder, main flat folder, and then you hit save, and that's it. I highly recommend anybody that's going to be coloring, if you're going to color digitally, that's what you do, because your flats will be created from these colors. And what a flat is, if you don't know what a flat is, let me see if I can find one for an example.
That's the basic coloring, right?
It's the base, not basic, base color. Let's see. Let me go into my.
Hey, I'm not a painter. I'm proud of myself for remembering that.
Right. You should.
Because I usually name them flats. Working on
That's
it.
the
Working
one
on
thing
it.
I could possibly do to help Gary doing flats.
Okay, here we go. Let me open this one up. This is a huge file right here. This was a book I did a couple of years back, 3 years back. I was just colorist on it. Richard Bonk was artist. I'm telling you guys, Richard and I have worked together a lot. This was his artwork with my colors.
Wow.
Everybody
Nice.
go, wow.
That is awesome. That really is. That's cool.
This is my effects layer. I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to remove my colors layer where I start doing the shading. That's gone. Those are the flat colors that you begin with.
Right. It's basically what I'm doing right now.
Then you do your shading. Mm-hmm. And then you add the visual effects to it.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, I'm doing the flat work right now. That's what I'm
doing. Look who's here.
Do I have to? No, I'm just kidding.
Who's here? I don't want to look. I'm looking at art.
It's Tim.
Just listen.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Now I'm going to tell you, this guy and I, the guy that created this and I are friends, but he's one of those human beings that can tell you and attest to the fact I will yell at my bosses when they're wrong.
Right.
Even if they'll die?
he was telling me, okay, most of my bosses. I'm like, yeah. I would never yell at Dale because he's actually like God. He's never wrong. Which is why he leaves me alone. He leaves me alone when he knows I'm right. Triple X folder. No, Vince. But this was one of those, you'll notice that Bonk drew what looks like weed plants over her boob. So I told him, I said,
No,
that looks like weed, dude. Like looks like marijuana.
he nailed the dinosaur. Now he's nailing her. Oh,
His
Look at it.
dinosaurs,
that's a good day.
I spent so much time on his dinosaurs because my God, they're good. Nobody draws dinosaurs like fucking Richard Bonk, man. But that's how you do flats. Let's see, I should be in here now. So you can actually see some of these pages. Let me find another one. Oh my God, his dinosaur artwork. Let me open both of these. All three of these. Fuck it. 4 of them. Oh my God. I love coloring his dinosaurs, dude. He knows how to test me on my skills as a colorist.
He tasked you.
He tasks you. Yes, he tasks you.
Oh, he does, because he puts so much detail into his dinosaurs. And I have to pay attention to those details. Again, go up here, remove the effects, remove the highlights, and there's the flats. There's the highlights, and here's my effects added to it.
Very nice.
And one of the things I do is you'll notice that the inks over here are grayer than these. That's because this is in the foreground. So I remove that. So you can actually see when I remove the fog effect over the inks. In this one, I didn't put much effects in. I just, I wanted to focus on these are Kirby action lines.
Mm-hmm.
These are great examples of Kirby action lines, and I love putting them in my stuff too.
Yeah.
God, I love coloring his stuff. If I could only color for the rest of my life, I just want to color his work. Because his dinosaurs are incredible. Look at his dinos, man.
Pretty cool.
And he's very good at drawing women. Another page of his artwork in my colors. I really didn't do a lot of effects on this page. I focused more on just the shading and the real interesting colors because they're not on Earth. They're in a cave with a glowing ceiling that glows for most of the day and then goes dark at night. There are no stars. Here I use some to show distance between them. See what I did there?
Yep.
There they look like they're on the same plane, and you don't want that. You want to be able to show that it's, and I had to go in and follow his ink lines to the detail to get that to look right. Little baby dino lost its mommy. Raptors killed it. And that girl saves this little dinosaur, so they become friends. And that's another shot. Again, visual effects added and the shading. And there's the flats. Sorry, there are the flats. And the flats are the base color you start with, and you begin building your color palette on top of that for lighting and all that shit. I like my work, and I love working with Richard Bonk because that guy is just pure fucking skill. Look at that. I love his inks here.
Yeah, that guy's wow. Yeah, good stuff, man.
Definitely. I love working with him. All right, that's it. Lesson's over.
Get back to work, buddy boy.
Yeah.
That's how you do colors. That's how you
I
do
said
it.
one thing and I derailed him for 15 minutes.
Well, I always like giving lessons on stuff.
Yeah, me
that
too.
people are
I
curious.
think every artist does, man. When I'm drawing portraits, I tell them exactly what I'm doing. I'm telling little shortcuts that I'm using. You know, like when I draw eyes, you know, the iris of an eye, I always consider that a bicycle tire, and I draw out my lines from there. You know, the shading lines. You know, and stuff like that. So yeah, I do the same thing, Gary. I'm always teaching, for sure.
You see, that's what
I
you
do
need in
want to
this comic.
see people continue this.
You need dinosaurs in Vindicated. You should be another book.
Everybody do the dinosaur. Remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of riding bike, he's riding Deinonychus shit.
Deinonychus, yeah. I used to call him Deinonyctus. Oops, that is wrong. I forgot to remove the blue. There we go, because I did that line in blue. So yeah, I called him Deinonyctus. And my son, who is going to grow up to be a paleontologist, when he was 7 years old, says, "That's Deinonychus, Dad."
Stop embarrassing me.
Well, my boy was smart, and I knew it. I'm like, well, okay, if you say so, buddy. Everybody do the dinosaur.
Well, being pedantic at all, the correct word is Deinonychus because it's Latin and the Y doesn't sound like in English.
Okay,
It's
first I'm going to tell you,
Deinonychus.
his mother is a professor of Latin. He would not mispronounce that word to me. She would correct him.
It's Deinonychus.
He told him that he was correct, Deinonychus.
Okay.
He was
So
one
I'm
of those
sharing out
people,
the
man.
stream. Let me get back to
I got to remind people, my ex-wife, man, won Jeopardy in the teacher challenge one that they did. And
Okay.
Dale and Julia watched, and she called me afterward and she said, "Oh my God, she did fantastic. And by the way, now I understand what it is that she does that you said you just hate when she makes that noise." And I'm like, "Yeah, you saw it. It was on TV. She did the snort noise that she does when she's being obnoxious." And I'm like, "Oh my fucking God."
Right. Oops. Oh, I'm all up in his bicep. No, don't want to be all up in there. Gotta watch yourself when you're coloring, don't you, Gary?
You do. But that's the wonderful thing about coloring digitally is
You can go
for
back.
the most part, you can go back in and fix it.
Oh,
For
stop
the
it.
most part. Not always. I have accidentally, many a time, done something that I couldn't undo. And I would get so angry, like, I'll make that noise all by myself, and everyone will go. That's when you know I screwed up. I put it on a layer that I can't undo.
Yeah. I was telling people when I first started doing this, I said I got to separate these layers, make sure I'm on the right one before I even start working. You know?
I did it the other day and I had to redo something to that previous page. I screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got so mad at myself. Fuck, I got mad.
No reason to get mad, buddy.
It happens.
Don't get
Yep.
mad. Get even.
That's it. So how are things where you're at, Anima? Are you still with us?
Rainy.
Did you disappear?
No, just for I had to mute for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm job hunting again, which feels stupid because hopefully in a few months I'll be gone.
Right.
But the assholes kicked me, so there you go.
Well, in my experience, having money, any money, is never stupid.
Right. Yeah, I've changed jobs so many times in my life, I'm just like, hey, part of life to me. Gotta roll with the punches. I mean, I thought I'd be working at Libby forever. The only reason why you guys see me now is because they shut down the plant I was working for. That's the only reason why you see me on YouTube. Or I'd still be working there.
Libby, as in the food company?
Negative. Libby is, yeah, I know what you're thinking of there. But no, we're talking Libby, the glass company. They make tableware.
Oh.
I was a furnace tech. Okay, look what I did there, Gare, and I actually think I'm going to leave it that way. I actually used some white in here. See how I'm moving the colors around it, but that one little white stripe right here isn't going away. Right in the middle of all that blue.
Yeah.
I used some white to cut into that black area there I made.
One of the things also using pen tools helps a lot with.
Mm-hmm. I was sitting there going, why isn't it? And I said, oh, wait a minute. I must have cut through that dark shade I made with some white. Okay. Yeah. One thing I'm learning, you see how that for a second there, the entire screen turned blue? I have to remember not to freak out about shit like that because that's one thing Procreate does. You have to move the target up or down to dictate which way you're filling in. I know that sounds weird, but I'll show you here in a second as soon as I get done with this. Okay, I've got that all done up. I'll go here for the color fill and go down and it fills that, but if you move it around a little bit, it'll fill up the whole thing. You see how it's flickering? It'll fill up the whole damn thing if you want it to. You just have to hold your pen in a certain position. Okay, looks like somehow part of the cabin got colored. So let's go in there and erase that.
Right. Hey, Bill. How are you? Boss Bill Barclays here.
Cool.
Hello, Bill.
What's up, man? And here.
The what the fuck guy at the back. He always gets me.
Oh, what happened?
Whoa! Glenn is in Vietnam.
What are you doing there?
Traveling.
Hey.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to tell you, buddy, you don't have to go to the countries you're going to draw.
Right.
Don't be that committed.
You can just use pictures. They got plenty of them. It's called the internet. You go, man.
Don't listen to these heathens, Glenn. Travel all you can. While you can. While it's still legal to travel.
I know. Here.
He says, I now know what it was like there. A nightmare. Oh, it's not that bad.
It's hot and humid.
It's Louisiana.
This first waters, man.
The place I was born.
Comfort.
The place I was born is called Little Vietnam because it was the main launching point for all of the U.S. troops, Army troops going.
Oh yeah, Louisiana.
Yeah, Fort Polk, Leesville. They still call it Little Vietnam to this day. Dad was a drill sergeant in 65 when I was born down there. That's also why he got out of the Army. Being
That
a
was
drill sergeant.
another cadence I screwed up, by the way. You just said that and it made me think of it.
Uh-oh.
Was I'll be your drill sergeant, baby. I'll drill you all night long.
Oh, man.
I'll be your tippity top drill sergeant, baby. And again, the drill sergeant's laughed into it. Okay, off cadence. You're not allowed to use cadence again.
Easy. Not doing that. But, okay.
Do not let Gary do cadence. He will intentionally fuck them up. Funny. They'll be funny, but no.
Grab this sky color. Put that in the windows here. I should be doing the ink work. I just want to color one page and see what it looks like, you know? Because I've never done this before. I think it's cool. I think it's really, really cool, man. Now I am going to have to put a lot of highlights on this dark navy blue uniform they're wearing. Definitely going to have to do that. Because otherwise, it's just going to look like a dark blob, right, Gear?
It's one of the risks.
Yeah. But I want it to be accurate. I want people to see what the Coast Guard uniform looks like and everything. Trying to do as much research as I can on this stuff. I don't want the guys in the Coast Guard seeing this book going, man, this guy knows nothing about the Coast Guard.
It's garbage.
It's garbage. He doesn't know shit. See, I don't think I always have to use this to fill with, but, it's neat. Because this syrup pencil I just love, because you put pressure on it and it just starts spreading. It's neat.
It's called a syrup pencil?
Yes, syrup pencil. Yeah, watch. I'll put my pencil on there. You see a little dot, and then I'll press down and move it around. Look at that. Bleh. You can do so much with it. It's all pressure sensitive. It spreads really fast. Yeah, I just want to see what one of these things look like fully colored.
Well, thank you, Vince, and enjoy your show.
Take care, buddy boy. See, yeah, don't always have to just go to the fill-in thing. With this syrup pencil, the more active you are, the more it spreads out. So, boom, that's done that quick. Whammo. And it looks like there's a small square right here. Needs coloring. But you know what? Every one of the books I've ever seen, they've got a Persian defect in it somewhere, where they've forgotten to color something in or.
We have Low Spec Linux Gaming here too.
Greetings.
Hello, the mighty penguin.
Okay, I want a brown now. Let's see. I always look at these down on the bottom to get started. That one might work for a blonde, maybe. But for a brown,
I'm
I
not
think
liking that.
About right there, I think. I'll go with that for this guy's hair. And this guy's hair. And we'll make this guy blonde. So take that, move it into the yellow portion of it. Let's see.
We do some pencil work here.
Going to your pencil layer?
Yeah, because I didn't finish drawing this guy, and I was trying to do just some black in there, and I'm not liking it. So let me go to my pencil. Let's see what I can do here.
Okay. Okay, so we got all that now. It's skin tone time. That looks pretty good right there. Let's take a look at what that's going to look like on here. That's too dark. I don't know. Let's fill it in real quick to see. Yeah, it looks good. I like that. You gotta watch yourself though. You don't want to fill in the eyes. It looks kind of goofy when you do that. The eyes are supposed to be white. I know what you're saying. Why you gotta be racist like that? The whites of the eyes, boys and girls.
Not racist, but bigoted against alt subculture. Now you see those people that are tattooing their white of the eyes. Man,
Yeah, that's weird.
why?
That's just
That
just dumb.
It
the
is.
risk, man. The risk is crazy.
What is he talking about? Mike is not even on.
Wait, what is what?
Bill Barkley says, is Mike deliberately putting on a jokel accent? I don't know.
He's
Mike's
not
not
here.
here.
Are you mixing up Joe and Mike?
I think so.
That's weird.
Yeah, we're too.
And he's
different
from the
people,
deep south.
right?
I'm Southern, growing up in Virginia, but you're deep Southern.
Big time. Big time deep southern. You can't get much farther. The only people that are more southern than me is probably people in South Texas. It's about the only things farther south in the U.S. than we are. Is South Texas, Houston area, that kind of thing. I don't know. Let me draw back and see how that looks. Yeah, this guy's got a tan. But then again, guys in the Coast Guard would have a tan. So, yeah, I'll roll with it. I'll roll with that color.
They will have a 10 or be red as a lobster.
Right, red as a lobster. Yeah.
Yeah, being on the water all day, for sure.
Bibbity bop, you bibbity bop, you drill sergeant, baby.
Yeah, you're gonna be a drill sergeant.
Oh my God,
How funny is it? Both of our friggin' comic books have got military stuff in them. How crazy is that shit? Once you're in the military, it's part of your life, though.
It is.
No getting away from it. Okay. And we got. I should leave this guy an albino, right? No, just kidding. You have somebody that pale in a comic book.
Should be a
somebody
redhead.
somebody like Tombstone out of the Spider-Man book, Let's see. Let me go lay this down. I'm sitting here sometimes just holding this pad up, thinking that, you guys can see me holding it up. And I always forget you guys are watching this. You're just watching my screen. You're not actually seeing what I'm doing, Ah, don't go outside the lines, Joe. But what's really neat to show people is once you got it colored in, then you go in and turn off the inks and show them what it looks like. And it's neat. It's neat looking. God, I hate it when I do that.
What happened?
That almost sounded like Skeletor.
Dude, I screech like a 12-year-old girl sometimes, dude. What's bad was when I'm in the theater with my wife and there's a jump scare in a flick, I sound like a 12-year-old with a skinned knee. You know? Right in front of everybody.
Dude, a dear friend of mine, he screamed like a little girl on it when the remake, when
Mhm.
Pennywise comes out of the screen when they are watching the home movies in their garage, and the
Mhm.
whole theater erupted in laughter. And I said, not only you, not only scream, you ruined the scare jump for everybody.
By making it
I
funny.
remember
Yeah.
I remember going to see the movie oh, it's the other Tooth Fairy movie where the Tooth Fairy comes back for this brother and sister. And
Clueless, baby. Sorry.
Darkness Falls.
Okay.
And the scene where he gets arrested, and I thought, oh my God, this is such a Deus Ex Machina. And I leaned over to Jeff, he's a school teacher friend of mine, and I whispered, I swear to God, if they take him to a jail and the cell is in the middle of the room, I'm going to lose my shit. Because you know what's going to happen if that happens. He's going to be locked in there. He's going to see everybody. The lights are going to go out, and the Tooth Fairy is going to be in there and get everybody. And I'm like, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to lose my fucking mind if they do that. And he goes, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm warning you, man. And so that's what happens. And the lights go out. And right when the lights go out, I went into hysterical fucking laughter because it was so stupid. I was just like, oh my God, I knew they were going to do this. They're so stupid with their writing. And I started laughing, and he like scooted his seat away from me. I could tell it was annoying everybody in the theater. I'm like, I'm sorry. This is fucked up. I'm sorry. It's so badly written. It's not my fault.
I didn't do what they did. Damn it. Where's my gray? Yeah, that's what I want. The inside is gray. I think that's still on the palette. Yeah, there it is.
And we have dead air.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, oh my gosh. She said it before I could even get to it. That's because we're busy drawing.
Dude, artwork, man.
Right. Concentrating. No, I can talk and do
Is
this.
that Tyrone?
It's just sometimes I get in the zone and I don't pay attention, you know? Yeah, you see right there. Hang on. Let me blow this up. If you
It did sound like Tyrone, Martin.
Yeah, Tyrone Bros.
Little Moncrief visit here.
You know, there's a lot of people that draw on YouTube, though. There's a lot of them. I follow a few of them. God, I can't name them right now, but they're all on my list. I'll see their feeds pop up and check in on them and stuff. Most of them are doing exactly what Gary's doing. They've got Adobe Photoshop. I'm the only one that I've seen so far using Procreate. But, you know, when you're paying so much money for these eye products, if they've got something, you know, that you can use for free, why not? Yeah. You know?
Hey, the math is
Hi,
in the
Matt.
house.
I heard you got some. I heard you got some. Oh shit! Oh,
dead air is what he's trying to say.
No, I've got the stream on, so I got feedback loop. So my ears were popping.
No,
I heard you got some dead air, so I joined in.
There you go.
Because these suckers are focused on their artwork.
Yeah. Huh?
Well, I'm here to entertain you.
There you go.
Are you not entertained?
Yes, I am here to entertain. I'm not Russell Crowe, and I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting anybody around the world.
And I will not get my vengeance in this life or the next, right?
Well, I am Decimus Meridius.
Now
No,
here
I'm
I
not.
have a problem. Let's see. I think I was going to color that blue like the bill was curling around. Let me fix this on
Okay.
the ink level.
Maximus Decimus Meridian.
Yes.
So
Meridius.
then-
It's Meridius.
Then the
There's no
10th
way
of the
his
middle-
name is Meridian.
No,
Meridius.
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 Meridius. So he's the 10th because Decimus, and Meridius in the middle. So he has what, 20 siblings? And he's the 21, the 11th?
Holy shit.
Anyway, also it could be like the dad's name.
Yeah.
Decimus
But my
comes from
convoluted
I
version
will
is
decimate
funnier.
your forces, probably.
Yeah, but that's another mistake.
No.
Decimate is just destroy 1/10.
No,
Not everybody.
technically, I hate when people do
No,
that.
no.
Technically, not technically, for reals, it could be I'm taking 10% off, or I'm bringing you down to 10%.
No, as the correct term was implemented by the Romans, and it was in fact a method of punishment. Decimation cannot be inflicted by you to you by the enemy, just by your commanding officer, and it's a way to punish a combat unit by killing 10% of the combat unit. Oh yeah, Romans were
Brutal.
like that.
No, that's going to be a black buckle, isn't it?
Also, you're wrong.
Whatever.
I'm wrong?
No,
What did I do?
no. Martin. Martin. I can't. Martin, listen. I have the perfect stinger to introduce you as a producer.
Oh my
I
God.
just can't
Oh.
find the correct stand up that it is from the special. It drives me nuts. Anyway,
Okay. Up. Got a little more gray to get there, don't I? Yep. Right here. Okay. I think that's got that
Yeah, a little
panel.
bit.
And
Well, Bill, we were hoping to have Mike on, but
he couldn't make it, huh?
he seems to be busy.
which Mike? Mexican Iron Man, Mike?
Comic
No.
Relief
No. Comic
He wouldn't
Relief
come on here.
Crusader.
Oh,
We don't get Mexican Iron Man for this stream.
Yeah, he doesn't come on here.
I don't think he's streaming at the moment. Not even with Loki.
Well, if you
Yeah,
listen to him, he's not a YouTuber. So
no, he's not streaming at all.
I will never forget the show when Loki asked ChatGPT who is Mexican Iron Man, and the first thing that came up was he's a YouTuber. He broke on that show.
lost his mind, did he?
Absolutely, that was awesome.
Okay. His hand's there. So this is gray here. Yep. And then we've got back to skin tone. Dude, there's so many details in the coloring part. Gary. You hear
What?
me there? There's a lot of details in the coloring part, man.
Mm.
There it is.
Yeah, that's why. Look, flatters are hard to find, and people will ask, what's my least favorite thing to do in comics, and I'm like flats,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just time consuming.
I'm looking at this, and I know
And
this
this is
sounds
where
like
I'm
a
hoping
small
that-
detail, guys, but this is driving me nuts right here. I got to get to the ink
Yeah.
side. There's no
Nope.
shadow on his face from using the binoculars, so I have to do it. I have to do it.
Joe,
Yes.
the what the fuck guy, he should be a little paler because of what he's seen.
Right. Gotcha. I
Guy-
thought the same thing. I did.
That guy is
Same thing.
is
Yeah.
shitting his pants right
Whoop.
there.
Let's get on
What
black,
the
Joe.
fuck?
Get back on black. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We want Bakersville, the thinner pencil. And then we're going to come here.
I will admit that
Okay.
doing stuff like this is very relaxing as I'm doing it.
Yeah, it is.
Because this is just
Gary, I'm
repetitive.
telling you, from what, from just a little bit we've done these streams, you sound like you're having a really good time. So, kudos to you, my friend.
Thank you.
You sound like you are getting relaxed doing this stuff.
Hurting my shoulder a lot, but I can do this for a bit.
Right? That's better. And you know what? His arm, I really didn't put too much detail in this guy at all. He needs some shading, some different spots here. Okay, that's much better. Okay.
Then have you tried to train your other hand to do this? Because man, it's a shame.
I had a girl ask me that question once.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I'm here trying to save your talent for posterity and the good of all.
There are
of us.
several creative things I can do left-handed, but I can't draw left-handed. At least not now. I've wondered if, like Frank Frazetta, I could learn over a period of time. But while I'm able to use my right hand, I'm going to use it.
There it is without inks, guys. Check it. Bunch of
There's a
blobs.
different- Wait,
Yeah, that's what flats look like, man. Now you should, I will tell you, to avoid those white areas, you should start with a base color other
Okay.
than white.
Okay.
Like
Like
what
a
is the
cherry red or
main-
something so it'll
No,
stick
you-
out. Yeah.
No, you pick a color that is dominant in the page,
Mhm,
and that's the main flat, and then you build on that.
mhm.
And in fact, when you need white, you actually put the white back in.
Gotcha.
It's one of the first things I was taught in coloring comics.
Okay. So
Yeah,
go with
I
the background color that's
Didn't
light.
know that until I was told. Yeah, don't
with cherry
work
red,
up
right?
from white.
Check it out.
Well, oh my god, I would not do cherry red. I would actually.
I'm just
find
saying,
that
I'm
blue.
showing them what it
I would
looks
use
like.
that
Yeah.
aquamarine blue color you're using as your base
Mhm.
color.
Yeah.
I was going to let you come to that on your own, asshole.
Let's see.
hey
Thank
guys,
you.
Bill.
Thank you, Vince. By the way, you really don't have to push anything
Oh,
that I have. I'm here to just have some fun and fill in
Yeah, but
dead
these
air.
people don't know who the fuck you are, so they got to push you.
Who doesn't know who I
I
am?
know
Who?
everybody knows who you are.
Who?
Hey, Bill. I know I'm gonna derail Gary. Bill is talking about something in Miami. I get that. I understand that happened a long time ago. So he says, I watched a bit about the Miami shopping mall where people thought they saw aliens and a whole lot of police turned up. Do you know something about that, Gary?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
When
Well,
did this happen? And
I saw a couple of videos, and I'm not sure it's Miami though. What the? I was gonna say, what the hell happened to that guy at the back? Then someone took the spray in and sprayed all over it, so it will look okay. Martin knows exactly what I'm talking about. Anyone who has been up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and stumbled into like
The infomercial of
the shopping
Right.
channel or whatever knows
the
exactly what
spray
I'm talking about.
for the hair.
Yes.
Oh, that
my-
shit that Steven Seagal used.
Oh no, Steven Seagal is way too posh for spray hair.
Because he did that shit where he sprayed his hair in,
No.
and they were
Look.
making that movie with Tom Arnold.
Oh, I have
What
to
was that
show you.
movie he did with Tom Arnold?
Unbelievable.
Open Wounds
I
or
don't
some shit like
know,
that. I can't remember. Anyway, so there's a scene inside the yacht, and the director is trying to explain something to Seagal, and Seagal didn't need him to explain it to him of where his mark was. And Tom was watching this thing, completely amused by the whole thing. He told this story on an interview. He said, and Seagal wasn't going to be told where his mark was for going through the door. And he didn't listen to the instructions, and he went for the wrong door. And it's a real yacht they shot inside of. And when he opened the hatch to step through, it was an exit hatch through the side of the ship. And he fell 10 to 15 feet into the ocean.
Oh shit.
And everybody went over there, and Tom says, I love Seagal. I love this guy. But who couldn't laugh at looking through that fucking window and seeing all that spray on hair like mascara melting down his face?
Oh, wow.
He had that spray on shit. And that stuff that they used to promote on TV, all it looked like is like colored flocking for snow. And you would spray it on you would put a line and you would do it under your hair. And it would supposedly would make it look like you had more hair. But look, dude, it really looked like your scalp was painted. It did not look like real hair.
I've got it queued up if you want.
Oh,
Dude, yeah.
No sound. You get it?
Do
You
it.
good to go?
Oh, yeah, he's
What?
doing it.
look at that.
Perfect. Perfect.
That looks
Look,
so
even
real.
for the ladies. Even for the ladies. Here we go.
This is look at this.
God.
This is
This
such bullshit.
Some Latino guy. So-
Hey, Mark,
A fucking can of black spray paint. What the fuck?
This is ridiculous.
Just $39.95, and you have thick,
When you can get it
lustrous-
at Kmart for $5.
I loved it back when they used to say not sold in stores.
Oh, look, it comes in gray too. Just like hair, you can brush it.
It's scalp flocking. That's all it is.
Even if you have a bald mullet, you can.
Oh my
just
God. Look at that fucking mullet.
spray on. Well, listen, it works for black. It works for black people too, and for old ladies too. Look how shiny my hair looks. Notice that whenever the comb comes in, they only do the sides, not where it's actually painted. Otherwise, oh look, no CFCs, guys, no CFCs. We don't want to harm the
environment.
ozone layer.
Holy shit.
The ozone layer. Don't want to mess with that.
Just let your soul glow.
Just so you know, we're not
Just
being
let
sponsored
your
by this
soul
product.
glow.
Right?
Let it glow again.
Oh my God. No. Dude,
Yes.
I mean, when you have your first bald spot, just bust cut it. And
That's
it.
my
Buddy,
that's
I've
my
got a
contribution
horseshoe
for the
going
show
on,
today.
okay? This long hair I've got in the back is the illusion of hair, okay? That's just all there is to it.
Yeah, but you don't mind it.
No.
You're fine with it.
Yeah.
If you're not fine with a fine with a bald spot. Just buzz cut is for you. Police break.
Oh, it's just too good, man.
Yeah, they're selling cans of spray paint that would cost you
Yeah,
$5
yeah, Tom.
at fucking Kmart, or back then it was Kmart. Nowadays it's Walmart, but yeah, that's spray paint. That's ridiculous.
I was today years old when I learned that this exists.
Today years old.
You
Honestly.
really haven't seen that?
You've never
No.
seen that
Never?
before, huh?
No.
Yeah.
She doesn't watch. She doesn't watch TV.
I didn't have much TV in my life, yeah, as a kid growing
If
up.
if you were a true night owl before the internet, this was fucking entertainment, late night entertainment. Because there was nothing on for most channels past like 1 a.m. Like
So-
on the regular basis. It really doesn't matter. I had like early cable, and lots of channels, and most of them were like reverting to this stupid. There wasn't even a home shopping network
No.
where I lived. It just did not exist yet. So that's all we got, because they had to fill it with something. Now,
Well, here's something you need to know about me, Mephisto. My parents split when I was 10, okay? So at my dad's place,
Same.
we would never have dared to watch TV at night because the living room wall was the bedroom wall. So he would have heard, and we would have never dared that. He was too strict. And at my mom's place, the majority of my teenage years, the TV was locked away in the basement because my mom's husband couldn't control his own watching TV, so nobody got to watch. And I barely ever went to the cinema because I was living out in the countryside and not in Vienna. So my nerd, but whatever you want to call it, started in my 20s after I'd moved out.
well, the good thing is you're able to experience these movies now, at an age where you're mature enough to actually get some of them and watch them for the very first time.
That, yeah.
It is such
A lot of people
unique-
say they envy me for that. Getting all these
you
first
have
watches.
no idea. You have no idea.
But here's one thing she has missed out on, though.
Mm.
Her watching, say, Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi is on a big screen TV at home is nothing like what we experienced in 1983 when we saw it for the first time with a bunch of nerds in a theater. That's what you miss out on.
That wasn't my first experience either.
Well, you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
You understand what I'm saying.
I never
You miss
enjoyed
that
going to
communal
movies, to be
experience you
honest.
get in that theater. You know what I mean?
I hate going to theaters. They're too loud.
I saw them when theaters were real theaters and were big, enormous theater, not this multiplex thing that nowadays.
Right.
So it was a very big screen.
Biggest screens I ever
those
saw
days.
were in Hawaii when I was stationed there. They had huge screens, man. I mean, the IMAX
Huge.
screens today are the only thing that rival it. I mean, they had.
I wouldn't
huge
say rival. I more like come close.
To be fair, as a boy, I watched it on a very limited amount of inches, and not a flat screen.
That's what she said.
But when George did the retouch, I actually watched it on a huge screen in a like a close to 600 or 700 seat theater, which is pretty big over here. I don't know how big it is over there.
You know what? One of the it's not so much the size of the screen; it's the communal experience with people that love the product. One of the coolest things I saw come out of Infinity War, for instance. Have you seen the footage of those guys? I think it was in your country, in Israel, in a theater in Israel. These guys I can't remember what instruments they were using. I think it was horns they were playing. They were playing the theme to the Avengers before the Infinity War movie. And it was so fucking cool. The whole crowd was into it and stuff. It was really neat, man. That's what I'm saying. You
I didn't
missed
see that, but
the communal experience of seeing it for the first time. Because when I saw Return of the Jedi, first of all, back then you couldn't pre-order tickets. You had to be in line. My aunt dropped me off at 6:30 in the morning on her way to work, and there was already 80 people out there waiting for a 2:00 show, right? And they had a fountain drink machine set up outside and stuff, and people had bought their own snacks. I had done that too, and we waited around all day. And when we got in there, every time one of the characters came on screen for the first time, there was applause. And look, when Darth fucking got scooped up the Emperor and threw him down that friggin', I mean, I've never seen a reaction in a theater like that before. Popcorn was flying all over the place. People freaked out. You know what I mean? It was awesome. That's what I'm saying. She misses out on watching these things now. You know what I mean?
you know what
Oh.
surprised me, Joe?
Hmm.
What
She will
surprised
say,
me is
"No savages."
I actually got that experience again when they did the remake,
Mm-hmm.
but I also had that experience during the Infinity War Endgame time, which, to
Yeah.
be perfectly honest, surprised me because I
Mhm.
know the audience. I know it's not a stand up and clap audience kind of a thing,
No.
but the reactions was like the first time since the Star Wars thing that I saw a theater erupt was
Yeah.
in Infinity War and in Endgame.
Mhm.
People were on the edge of their seat. They couldn't contain themselves in
Yep.
terms of like yelling, screaming at the screen, like go get them, fuck them up, all that stuff.
Yep.
Well, experienced something like that in Independence Day when they finally destroyed the first saucer.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah, motherfucker!
Yeah, I got to tell you, Independence Day was special, wasn't it? I mean, I went and saw it. It opened on July 2nd, and I went and saw it on opening day, and then I had to go back on July 4th just to hear the president's speech on July 4th.
It's
You know
worth
what I
it.
mean? That was yeah. I hear you, Martin. Yeah, that was another one that and you don't get experiences like that. I think the MCU is probably the last time that happened. In Infinity War and Endgame's probably the last time that's happened in theaters, I would imagine.
And to be honest, Independence Day also was one of those things where it got a reaction from an Israeli crowd because there is a moment at the end where
Yes.
you see the Israelis and the Iraqis for some reason because
No,
the
yeah,
Israelis were like,
when they're doing the battle plans for the attack, the final
Yeah.
attack, and you see the Israelis right next to the Iranians, and I'm like,
no, not Iranians. It's
was it
Iraqis.
Iraqis? Was it
Because
Iraqis?
it's the Saddam thing was really close.
Right, and I remember watching that with my brother, and I said, "This is what it would take. It would take something that was going to destroy all of us for them to get together on something." You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
used to believe that. I'm not so convinced of that
Mhm.
right now, seeing how.
You would be surprised. I think everybody would be surprised if we're facing annihilation by forces that are not us. You would be surprised how suddenly we're all human, not
Did you see
Christians
the
or Muslims
enormous
or
lack
Jews.
of collaboration during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Because some people thought it was bullshit.
Yeah.
No. I mean the certain countries that I'm not gonna name, recalling their shipments of EPA garments,
Oh, yes.
PPE, the PPE garments.
That was because the Chinese knew it was bullshit and they wanted to mark up and capitalize on the bullshit because they already knew it's not contagious to that fact. But it's a conspiracy theory. But it's also an educated guess. So take it for what it is. Just think about what we know about this thing now and just look at it in the eyes of the prophet. Not prophet as in Muhammad, the eyes of the money, Lebowski. Okay? Just think about who profited out of what. It's just like Die Hard, okay? Every time there's a Die Hard movie, there's always like a hidden motive. It's in 3, it's a revenge story. In 2, it's the my country failed me, so I'm lashing out. In 1, it's the heist. It's really the heist. In 4, it's like, oh, everybody's data is gonna be leaked, so we're gonna be able to exploit it. And in 5, I don't even fucking know what happened in 5 because I didn't give a shit to actually
Didn't even watch 5.
it.
The one with his son, that was stupid.
But I bet you I know what it's really about. It's a fucking heist because every single time there's a Die Hard movie,
it's always about money.
It's always about heists. It's also about money.
Mm-hmm.
That's why all the conspiracy theories about the 2 towers, I think somebody was like, ooh, that movie looks good. And suddenly the towers go down. I bet you there are some people who actually went into the Federal Reserve and actually stole some money. I bet you. In all the confusion with all the dump trucks taking away all the debris from the towers, I bet you somebody somewhere took a dump truck full of fucking gold. I'm telling you, for real. And he actually saw the movie too. Just a thought, you know.
What color should his eyes be, Anima?
An off bluish gray is
Yeah,
usually what I use for sclera.
Okay.
I heard Tom kind of briefly talking about it, and I'll reiterate. When you went to see a movie, or you went to, like, you wanted to go out, right? You wanted to go out, and you're like, oh, what are we going to do? It's either a restaurant or go see a movie. You know, just a couple going out or some friends, like, don't know what to do on a Saturday night, okay? You're like, okay, we're going to go to the movies. We're going to grab a bite at, like, a McDonald's. You know, stupid, but whatever. And go to the Cinemaplex or the theater or whatever it is and just try and find a movie. What's I don't know what's on. I don't buy a newspaper. I don't care. Let's go. So you go outside, and outside there's a marquee, and the marquee has movies. There's always the previews coming soon, and there's also the stuff that is on show. If you were living in a decent place, you had like a movieplex with 3 halls, 2 small ones and 1 big one for the, like, blockbusters or the main attraction and all that stuff. And you would see the poster, and from the poster, you would have sort of got what the movie was all about, because nobody checked. Like, just the movie critics actually went out and, you know, got some, okay, what's coming next from Paramount? What's coming next from Warner Brothers? What's the new slate? And we're organizing our schedule. The day-to-day person did not check coming attractions. And most of the time that you actually saw a trailer wasn't on TV. Well, at least not here. Probably it was on American TV. But most of the trailers I've seen was actually in the theater. Instead of endless commercials, you would have had at least 5 trailers for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Tops. And a little bit of commercial, and then you start the movie. So when you got into the movie, there's a good chance you don't know what the fuck was all about, but you saw the poster, and the poster was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, the poster art back then was cool.
I mean,
Really was.
this is not an original piece, okay? This is not an original piece. But when you see this,
Yeah.
and
Wait,
you
wait,
see
wait,
Samuel
wait.
Jackson's face, right? You see Samuel Jackson's face,
Mhm.
and that, and some blood on Bruce Willis, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you're like, this is interesting to me. Because Bruce Willis always gets his shirt bloody.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see this. This looks like a good action movie. And then the movie starts and you're like, where the fuck is the action? Oh, wait. This guy just said Ezekiel 25:17 and that room got cleared. I'm in. And they were talking about massaging feet, and I don't know what the fuck is that all about. I want to see this movie. And I actually began with the robbery that came out of nowhere. And you don't see you don't see the rest of the robbery. It just goes into a music, and then you get introduced to fucking Jules and Vincent.
Right.
Phenomenal. And all that from a poster. I mean, what does that tell you?
I'm back.
This says, and remember, you don't know if the Terminator, like if Arnold is a bad guy or a good guy.
No, but if you saw the trailer,
Yeah,
you do.
If you saw the trailer, you do, which sucks. I know.
Yeah,
Sucks.
they gave away too much in the trailer.
One of the biggest blown opportunities ever in movie history, right there, man. Oh.
Because if you don't know he's the bad guy, that hallway scene with
It's so much
John
fun.
Connor
Yes,
looking
yes.
at both directions and don't know what the fuck is going on
Yep. I've always
Would-
said that
would
that was
have a
one of
little
the
bit more
biggest
impact.
screw ups ever in Hollywood, right there. Giving that away in the trailer was stupid. Oh shit!
So the whole point is that the movie poster can sell the movie,
Oh yeah.
especially if you're just a normie walk-in, and if you
Yeah,
don't
if
know
you
what's
see a
coming.
Drew Struzan poster for a movie, you're probably going to go see it because his posters tell you so much. You know who Drew Struzan is, right?
No,
One of
I
your
don't
Did
know
all
names.
the Indiana
Drawing.
Jones
I
posters.
listen,
uh,
Gary.
hold on,
I
I'm
don't
telling
know
you who
name
he
of
is.
artists. You can
He
say whatever
did
you
the
want. I
poster
don't
for
know
Big
names of
Trouble in
artists.
Little China. He did the posters for the Star Wars films. He did the posters for Indiana Jones. Drew Struzan.
Okay.
Like, paraphrasing Ghostbuster, look, Beth, if Gary asks you if you know an artist, you say yes.
You say yes.
Nope.
No, it's not the point. The point is,
Well, you
know
make
what-
a statement
what
about
work he's
posters,
done.
and I'm telling you, one of the greatest posters artists of all time, Drew Struzan, is an example of what you're talking about.
Yep.
It's not a derailment. I'm adding context to what you're saying by stating a movie poster artist who sold a lot of movies, Harry Potter included.
Probably.
Because he
I'm
did
not
the Harry
knocking the
Potter.
man down.
poster.
I probably most of the posters you're talking about. First of all, every single poster you talked about, I absolutely love. And probably there are plenty of more. So props to Drew Struz.
Struzan.
Whatever.
Yes, couldn't fucking give an inch.
Yeah,
on
he
that,
can't.
could you fucking prick.
Gary, I cannot be changed. My mind is warped. Just accept me.
One
Love
fucking
me.
inch. Fuck you.
Love me. I can tell you're so frustrated, even when I'm not on
Oh, I'm not.
stream.
I'm
And when
not.
I'm not on stream, and you're like trying to get a point across, and nobody listens, you get so angry.
I'm not angry. I'm annoyed.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
just-
You're
it's-
It's frustration rather than being like full annoyance. Don't worry about it, Gary. It's not. I'm not doing this on purpose to annoy you. I'm telling you. You will tell me who this guy is in about 20 minutes, that information does not
Memory
will
dump.
not go in my head.
This is Drew Struzan right here. He is also really taught me so much as an artist. He's a personal friend, him and his wife, Dylan. But his work is just incredible. So let's go to film.
I don't
art
think there's
gallery.
an artist that as a kid,
Back to the
hasn't-
Future, The Thing,
yeah,
Revenge of the Jedi poster, Indiana Jones, The Goonies. So
I
many
don't know if
posters,
Gary's
Star
like
Wars,
this,
Harry
but I used
Potter.
to emulate his style all the time, dude.
The
Yeah.
original Rambo poster for
Mhm.
First Blood.
Yep.
He did that. He did this illustration for Car Wash. This guy touched so many fucking movies. The Muppet, every Muppet movie was his artwork. Risky Business, Shawshank Redemption, Better Off Dead. Who doesn't remember that poster? This guy-
$2.
God, he's such a great fucking artist.
I love
And,
all these movies except for Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, not a big fan of that either. So many films he did, and just one of the coolest ones. I don't see it here yet. That he Adventures in Babysitting. What a
Yes,
great flick.
Adventures in Babysitting is awesome. It's an
I'm
awesome
looking for it
poster.
because he did the first Fievel poster too.
The Hook poster is
Oh,
Pretty-
the Hook
pretty
poster
good.
is one of his best paintings of all time. And I told him the other day that this poster in particular is probably, without the Japanese or Chinese or Korean, whatever the fuck that is.
that is
Japanese,
actually
it's
a
Japanese.
really good Japanese poster.
This
a
poster
really good Japanese poster.
gives you warmth. You feel the warmth off of the colors he chose. You see the adventure, the action, and there's the glint in the eye of Harrison Ford there, that kind of the twinkle in his eye. And it tells you everything you need to know about this fucking movie. And that is not Drew's artwork there on that poster. That was added.
Mhm.
That is not on the original.
But yeah, I think everybody our age has emulated
This
that
one
guy at
too.
some
Oh my
point.
God, this was the pre-poster to The Last Crusade, and he's got that twinkle in his eye.
Mhm.
And he catches these nuances perfectly. But I want to find five. Oh, John Carpenter gave him all freedom to do. Oh, they screwed up the logo.
Yeah, they did.
And so that is actually the face of Kim Cattrall and the face of Kurt Russell, but that is the body of Drew Struzan, and her body is the body of his wife, Dylan, because they physically posed for this poster. And you'll see movie posters he's done where you'll think it's the actor, and no, it's actually a friend of theirs that came and modeled for it. Cannonball Run. But where is Fievel? How can you do this and not have Fievel in there? I love that poster he did. Back.
You mean American Tail?
Yes.
Fievel is the character, right? The
Mhm.
mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they
I know
spell it? L-E
I-
or A-I-L? I can't remember.
American Tail. It's Tale.
Yeah, okay.
It's a tail, not a tail.
There's the poster right there.
There. That is the poster I remember. I could not find it in the database. Remember I told you I've got this huge website that is a great database for just getting the poster without all the bullshit. You know, the
And you can find this one.
all the lettering and the big stuff that is on it. I could not get this one without anything.
Here's a little bit of trivia for you. Drew Struzan was the first artist that became so well known that Hollywood allowed him to put his name on the poster art.
Yeah, you don't see that often.
And here you see it right there. That's his signature right there, Drew. But look at that. Everything's photorealistic in so many ways, except for Fievel. Even his suitcase is realistic. I love the way he did this. This is just a gorgeous poster. Man, the wrought iron, the way he did the chain, the background, that silhouette of the Statue of Liberty. That's all him, man. And Spielberg swore by this guy because Spielberg is the reason why George Lucas met Drew Struzan and why he met John Williams. Steven Spielberg. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, guy's awesome. I always emulated this stuff as a kid.
Oh, I just realized you can't see. Hold on. Let me address that you're only seeing this window. And then I enlarge it so you can actually look at it. Just gorgeous.
Somebody took a picture of a poster.
Of the poster. Yeah, it's you can see the folds in it and everything.
Yeah, and the cardboard backing of it.
I just love this. I love this painting so much. Drew just he inspired me when I was younger.
All of us that draw. I mean, the guy, as far as photorealism goes, he's a measuring stick, no doubt about it. I think my favorite poster he ever did was Last Crusade. The way he captured
it
Sean
really is
Connery
one of
on
his
it.
best posters.
Yep.
And I told him that the other day. That poster is one of the most perfect movie posters he ever painted because it gave you everything you needed to know about that movie. It sold that movie.
Dead air. Sorry,
Exactly.
I was doing something.
Go, man.
I can't do everything.
I can't do it all. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Exactly. I'm actually in space scanning for wormholes.
What game are you playing?
Not even joking. EVE Online.
EVE Online.
Yeah, it's the most relaxing piece of content I can do. Literally, like running around scanning for wormholes and relic sites and debris patterns and all that stuff. It's the most relaxing thing you can do in this game.
That's like going on a hunting trip in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, kind of. Like it's out. You're just scouting for deer and shit. But for me, I'm actually scouting for something really specific, which if I find it, then the next activity is much, much more intense, which is finding gas clouds within a wormhole, which is like inside of a wormhole. It's complicated.
Well, whatever you do, don't get your ship destroyed again.
Oh, I'll probably get thousands of I destroyed a ship today because I wasn't careful. Because you're not supposed to fly into a gas cloud. You're supposed to fly on the outskirts of a gas cloud.
Well, you know that
I just didn't. I press that. There's an option to go like in to a place where the distance between you and the thing is 0, or take it 100 kilometers away, which is much safer. Let's just say that if you don't know where you're going. And I just drove into a fleet of 7 destroyers with a mining ship.
That sounds unhealthy.
With no guns, no nothing. I was like, hello, I came to steal your gas. I'm dead.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I screwed up.
The thing is, if I do find it, it takes a while, but if I do find it and it's abandoned or like people are not there at the moment, it's a lot of payola. Let's just say that, which is good. Which is
Well,
good.
there you go, guys. I got the flats done on here, I think.
Nice.
No, there's one other color I forgot. I need an orange. Realized this the other day. I need an orange. That red's good, though. Let's see. Where are you? You get lost. Where is it?
So what color is an orange?
No, that's not what I'm looking for right this second. I'm trying to get this tool to pop out. It's just not doing it. Why are you not
That's
doing
what
what
she
you're supposed
said.
to be doing? That's weird. Okay. Let me close this up. I've noticed every once in a while, I just need to close this and then reopen it. Because sometimes it just acts stupid. Okay. There it is, finally. I had to tap it 50 times. Oh, no. There it is. Okay.
You all good there, Gary?
There's my red.
What's that?
You're all good?
Yeah, why?
Just saying, you're being awfully quiet.
Oh, I'm drawing.
He's working. No. Up.
I might have to run along in a bit. My kids do need.
Well, we're
need
getting
their-
close to noon, so I'm gonna be jetting here pretty soon too.
Yeah, my kids actually do need feeding. I mean,
How old are you kids,
The di-
Mephisto?
the days are gone where I just put the trough out and just put some slop in there. And
How
be
old
done
are you
with it.
kids, Mephisto?
They'll be 14 and 11 in about a few weeks. So 14.
Cool.
My daughter's 14. My son is.
So their
11.
birthdays are pretty close together.
Yeah, like my wife is on the 30th, which is this Sunday. My boy is on the 2nd of April, which is Wednesday. And my daughter is on the 9th of April. So in the span of 10 days, you got 11 days. You got the bulk of the family.
Anima, are you there?
Yeah.
Tell them my kids' birthdays.
Like I would know them. You told me once, but I forgot. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, really?
There you go.
Both my sons are born on the same day.
Wow.
And my daughter was due on the same day, was born a few weeks later. And so their birthdays are close together. My son's is July 16th, and my daughter's is in August.
Hey, Connor
So all your
here.
ex-wives only let you go once a year.
I'm like, I told you that a
Oh,
while ago, Adam. I'm surprised you don't remember that little bit of trivia.
I do remember that. I didn't remember the dates. I haven't even met your sons. Why would I memorize their birthday?
Well, because their birth dates are, never mind.
Yeah, I remember that they are the same day are pretty close together.
That's all I really wanted from you.
Okay. I'm doing something else for you right now. Because
Yeah.
chat keeps telling you to look up the Blu-ray box set cover of Lethal Weapon because apparently it's bad. So I'm trying to find that right now.
To be absolutely fair, my boy was technically a week early. So he could have been around the same birthday, which, to be fair, my daughter hates it that their birthdays are so close.
Right.
She always thinks she's gonna get gypped in presents, and she never gets gypped ever. And if you know anything about Judaism, their birthday is really close to Passover, and Passover over here, not everywhere, but over here is very customary specifically for kids to get their Passover gift which is supposed to be if birthdays are the primary gift day, then Passover is the secondary gift day.
So Passover's Christmas for you?
Kind of, I guess it's the same equivalent.
Yeah.
Because it's a long holiday, blah blah blah.
Right.
But yeah, in terms of gifts,
Mm-hmm.
then sometimes their birthday is dead on Passover, or they think they're getting gypped in presents. God forbid. God forbid they're not getting goddamn Robux or whatever during the year that I hate. I'm pretty stingy when it comes to like in-game currency stuff. I told my kids, like, you don't know me. I'm a gamer. I know exactly what you want and exactly why you want it, and you're not gonna get it because I know exactly what you're gonna do with it.
Yep.
And I'm not paying for endless skins because I don't mind every once in a while spending, I don't know, $8 on something.
Right.
For each one of them. But I ain't fucking paying $8 every single time they come up with a new skin, which is a 2 to 3 months every single time. And they can come up with at least 5 that they actually want.
Yeah, and they charge close to $20 for some of those skins.
Yeah, sometimes it could be up to $20. But I told them, look, if it's your mother, you're not gonna get any. At least you're getting me, and I'm a gamer, and I know what's up. So you have a chance to get some with me. But I ain't paying nothing for something that you can like play a little and get.
If you can earn it in the game, I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Go play
And
the
you
game.
know what? You know what's crazy? They don't put in the time. They have the time. They don't put in the time. They don't get it, so they don't get it. So
yep. That's just the way it is. Flats are done over here, buddy, on page 1. Oh, God. Woo.
Bill, I tried to find it, but all I could come up with had a stick of dynamite in it. I didn't come across a single one that had a gun range target thingy.
What
yeah.
were you looking
Anyway,
for again?
guys, I need to dip out now. So I'm sorry.
Okay, buddy.
Take care.
Don't worry.
buddy.
Thanks for dropping
Have
by,
a good
man.
one. I'll try and catch you on the Wednesday show. We'll see.
Okay, man.
I'll try to
Take
hop
it easy.
on. See ya.
Good to see you, bro.
Right.
See you.
Yeah,
Have
you
a
too,
night,
Joe.
Matt. Okay, then show it again, Joe. Let me put it on the big spot.
What's that? Oh, yeah. I got it all done,
Okay.
guys. It's the flats are finished on this page. I just wanted to see what it looked like. You know? Just wanted to see what it looked like. I'm going to go ahead and leave that just a silhouette of the guy. I'm not going to put any color on that at all.
Looks nice.
But yeah. Now, what Gary was showing you earlier, I'll have to make another layer for highlights, right? And one of the things I'll do is like these 3 dots on the radar. I'll put a haze, like a yellow haze around that to make it kind of glow, right? That kind of thing. And I don't want to do too much though. Just basically highlights really on the next level because I really want this to look like an older comic. You know what I mean, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because my whole plan is when I start putting these things out, I'm going to put one out every quarter, a 20-page rag, right? And then to give myself a break at the end of the year, the 4th quarter is going to be a, graphic novel version of those 3 books together, So that's my plan anyway. So that's where we're at.
That's what I'm
today.
telling, and I'm staying. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's it, Bubba. That's it. I'm just not giving myself deadlines. I'm not going to crowdfund this thing. I think I'm actually going to release it digitally and trying to make some money that way to make some hard copies of it, that kind of thing. So, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At least I can go to my grave saying I tried it, right?
Yep.
And it is my favorite medium. I have always loved comic books, so couldn't always afford them, but And God, I wish I had the collection I had when my first wife and I got divorced because she sold them all.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, I had quite the collection. I had the original 129 Amazing Spider-Man drawn by Ross Andrew, probably his most famous cover. The first the first appearance of the Punisher. Of course, he was a very different character back then. You know, Gary will tell you that character morphed in the 80s into a Vietnam vet that
Mike
war with the
Barron
mob.
is a lot of the reason why that got better.
Yeah, yeah. Because in Spider-Man, he was using rubber bullets. You know, he was just trying to catch bad guys. He was an ex-cop. They didn't really focus on the fact that he was a soldier. You know, and yeah, in the 80s when he got his own book, that it was fantastic. It was one of the major events in comics, wouldn't you say, Gare? When the
Yeah.
Punisher got his own book, it was pretty amazing. It was really good stuff. Did you see the latest episode of Daredevil?
Oh, what happened in it?
I mean, it was nothing really. It was a kind of a filler episode. He's investigating the murder of somebody and ends up running into the Punisher. And
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm bored with that show. It's just,
yeah, it's
not
going
telling
the
you
way
big
we
is
thought
no.
it was going to go. Yeah, it's turning into jangling of keys, and it's really becoming a bummer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's a shame because Netflix was knocking out of the park with that show. For sure.
Well, I think who was it? Oh wait. One of the channels was talking about it, and it might have been. Oh, it was what's his name? The Canadian former TV producer.
Oh yeah, Paul Chatto. Yeah.
Paul Chatto. Chatto was talking about it. Great video,
Mhm.
by the way. Paul was talking about it, and he pointed out that it had already gone its course on Netflix. They were already losing an audience by the third season of Daredevil, and that's why they ended all of the shows because they'd all run their course. They were losing numbers.
Mhm.
So I think there's something to be said there that Paul Chatto is really pretty right. And
Well,
I'm
he
not
was
saying
in
he's
television
completely
production
right.
for a long time, so he knows his stuff when it comes
He
to
knows his stuff.
Yep.
That I think in that iteration, without crossing over, without doing something more interesting, each one of those character shows had run its course.
Yeah, you know, when they do a crossover event for something and it doesn't really move the needle, then you know
You've
you're
run
pretty
your
much at
course.
the bottom at that point. Yeah.
You know, and Chatto was kind of right about that, but I don't think that it was the end of those characters for television.
Mhm.
But Netflix has done all they were going to be able to do.
Mhm.
Period.
What I hated is what they did with Iron Fist.
Oh, it was just awful.
It was awful. It was
And they started losing us on that stuff because of shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, the actor is apparently to blame because he refused to study martial arts.
Well,
And it's something you don't do.
it was all about him and his girlfriends, and that's not what that book's about.
Well, look,
Iron Fist
Marvel
is a
screwed up
mystical character,
everything.
man. I mean, you know, shit.
Look what they did to Shang-Chi. All Shang-Chi was
Oh, God.
Marvel's version of Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Disney doesn't know what to do with stuff. They really don't.
Well, Marvel didn't either. Kevin Feige isn't what a lot of people thought he was.
Look, up
Which I've been
until
saying for a while.
Endgame, even their failures were decent. You know,
He knows a certain period of time of the comics,
Mhm.
and that's all he knows.
Mhm. You know, the biggest failure to me, I'm a huge She-Hulk fan. I think I've told you that before. I love Byrne's run on Sensational She-Hulk.
Well,
It's
she
one of
was
my favorite books
sexy
ever.
when they drew her.
Right. And here's the thing. All that show had to do was one thing, and it probably would have knocked it out of the park. Not make her a man-hater. That the whole man-hating message when she's trying to bang him left and right is ridiculous, man. It made no sense at all. In the comic book, she likes being She-Hulk because she's been a wallflower
Yeah.
all her life. She gets to get out and do
Yeah.
things and chase men, and she's hanging out with
She
Hercules.
loves men.
Yeah, she digs men, man. And
Now,
that was the one thing in that show just made it horrible.
I'll
know?
die on this hill. The big mistake, the first big mistake that the MCU did was get rid of Ed Norton. That was the best Hulk.
Yeah, he did a good job on that show. But, hey, he, just like Ed does on every project he's in, he wants input into it. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily bad, but, that's why he's gotten a rep for being a problem child sometimes. He wants input into the characters. He's passionate about what he's playing.
RDJ does it all the time too. And he is the MCU.
Right. But, the Ed Norton Hulk movie, it was really good. Look, if you want to talk purely about the character from the comic book, the most comic book accurate depiction of the Hulk is in the Eric Bana movie. Okay? Because you see in that movie, as he gets angrier, he gets bigger and stronger every time somebody fucks with him. The scene I always tell people to watch is when that guy's trying to drill a hole in his eyeball, right? When he's trapped and you see him physically getting bigger and bigger and getting more mad and busting out, right? And my favorite scene in I don't think people realize, of course, we've read the comics. We know this, but I don't think people realize how cerebral the Hulk story is. It's a fight between Banner and the Hulk for control, And that scene where he's hanging onto the airplane and passes out from lack of oxygen, falling to the ground, and you see what's going on in his mind where he's shaving, and then the Hulk pulls him through like, no, man, you're not getting us killed. Fuck that, right? That's one of the best scenes in any Hulk movie, Now, the rest of the movie, it's complete garbage. I mean,
Well, I got to tell you, the movie
about it
didn't
was Sam
fall
Elliott,
apart.
I think,
The problem with the film was when we're in the third act and suddenly it cuts to comic panels.
Yeah, that was weird.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
And I didn't like the whole thing with his dad.
I think that movie has way more problems than the panels. Let me tell you.
Oh, no, I'm not telling. Hold on a second. That movie would have done better if it hadn't done that. I guarantee you.
Yeah, true.
A lot of people were taken out of the movie the minute they did that. No matter the weird story with the dad, Nick Nolte. I'm Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric.
Eric,
what bedtime story you want me to tell you? Fuck you. All right. Fuck you.
I'm going to kill my son in a way that nobody's going to link to me with my mutant dogs. Motherfucker.
What the hell, man? But you know what? I don't know if you agree with me on this. I think Sam Elliott's been the best Thunderbolt Ross. I thought he was tailor-made for it.
I thought it was stupid.
Really?
I thought it was entirely stupid to not bring him back.
Right. Yeah. I would have thought
play
he
the
would
character
have
because he played him, and that's part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Whether you like to admit it or not.
Yeah.
They brought the other actor back from that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Yeah. But
Harrison Ford, it just was bringing him in was dumb.
Yeah. Well, I mean, John Hurt's good. I mean, but I thought Sam Elliott with the mustache and everything, he looked like he was ripped right out of the comic book, dude. He really did. That's what I thought anyway. I always thought John Hurt looked stupid with that mustache. I did. But it's natural for Sam Elliott, man.
I like more the John Hurt's version better.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing the other one, but I like it's better.
But yeah, Ed Norton was the best Hulk. Yeah, I'd agree with that. That was the best Hulk movie. That's for sure. When he says Hulk smash at the end of that, it was awesome. That was great, man.
And she was the best Betty Ross,
Yes,
which is why
absolutely.
I think bringing her back was smart.
Yeah. Mhm.
She was gorgeous.
Yep.
Yeah, I have very few movie crushes as a young man. She was one of them.
Mm. You talking about Liv Tyler or Jennifer Connelly?
Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly. Okay, that's what I thought. You know what's weird about Liv Tyler, man? She is gorgeous, but she looks just like her dad, who's one of the ugliest.
Which is why
son of
I
bitches
can't
that ever
stand
walked.
looking at her. Because a lot of people know that rule I have of dating a girl. She can't look like her dad.
And she look. Am I kidding? You've drawn portraits before. That's
Yeah.
the same facial structure as her father.
Yep.
Most
He
definitely
pulls
is.
it off. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that that similarity could get really awkward really fast.
Yeah, but see, you see her in Lord of the Rings, man. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie when she's running with friggin' Frodo and crosses the lake and tells him to come and claim him and takes him out with the magic and everything. It's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and she's gorgeous in it. And I'm sitting there going,
Yeah, the gorgeous actress in that movie is my God, the English actress. God, she's so good looking.
you talk about the one that Galadriel?
Yeah. Can't think of her
That's
name.
oh good Lord. See? Yeah, we're both having a brain
Welcome,
fart. I'm gonna have to look it
the
up now.
Boomer Zone.
Huh?
Welcome to the Boomer
Is it
Zone.
Kate Blanchett.
Is it Kate
just popped
Blanchett?
into my-
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Popped right into my head. Kate is probably one of the most beautiful actresses in film today.
Don't ask me why, and they don't look the same, but I always get her and Tilda Swinton screwed up. I always
Ew.
Yeah.
How
don't
can
look
It's
you?
like an alien hybrid.
I know. It's I don't know why it's like that, but I always do.
He played the villain in Hannah with Eric Bana.
Really?
Yes, and she is really
That
good as the
is-
villain.
Oh, I like her as
That is
Gabriel
the
and friggin'
Weirdest mix-up that I have ever heard of.
What is? Oh yeah, yeah. I
Tilda
agree.
Swinton and
Kate Blanchett.
Tilda Swinton and
yeah.
Kate Blanchett. That is a weird
That's
mix-up.
That's like
I don't know why it
comparing-
happens. I do not know why.
To me, that's like
Now, I-
comparing a beautiful fucking romaine lettuce to like cabbage.
Okay,
I didn't say it made sense. I'm just telling you it's cross-wired in my brain. I don't know
get
why.
you. Man, I love her performance as Gabriel in Constantine.
And Constantine, yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Tilda Swinton, yeah.
Yes, she's awesome.
She's so
in it.
androgynous. She was perfect for that role.
Yep. She thinks she's got it all figured out right to the end. Then she's begging for mercy.
Oh, it's good.
Oh man, that's a good movie. I hear there's a sequel to that in the
It was
works.
In
greenlit.
plans, yes, but
It doesn't
you
mean
never
it's
know.
happening.
Well, things are in
Being
flux in the
greenlit.
DC universe already, and they haven't even gotten started. I mean, I guess technically they have gotten started because Peacemaker's part of the universe, and that animated show they did, what's that one called? Creature Commandos is part of it too, and I guess it's technically started. Doesn't really start until Superman comes out, though, does it, guys? That's what I'm thinking anyway. But they say they're still going to do the Elseworld stuff, though. They're going to still have one-shot movies, and that's probably what the Constantine movie will be. I don't know. Me, I've always wanted to see Zatanna on the big screen. I want to see a Justice League Dark movie. That's what I want to see. Gary, did you watch Swamp Thing when it was on?
Yeah, I thought it was actually pretty good until episode 7.
What happened with that? Why did it?
Well, that's when
fail?
AT&T stepped in and canceled the show. And then they said, okay, we'll allow you to finish it, but you have to finish it in 7 instead of 10. And so they compressed everything that happened in those 3 episodes into 1 episode. And it failed miserably. It was terrible.
Hey guys, we are 2 hours 15 minutes, but since we are all having a really good time, I will let this roll until you tell me.
Okay.
All right. Well, I have to get going because I couldn't do anything before the show because it was pouring down all day.
And I do too. I've got to, Mom's.
Yeah, I got to call it quits too because I've got a meeting and then I want to prep for tonight.
I got to do everybody's favorite thing. I got to call a lawyer.
No.
Fun.
Yes. Well, Mom's moving to town, and I got to do some investigating on what the power of attorney she gave me has, what I have control over for, stuff like that. So, anyway, yep. Good hanging with you, though, Gare. Your work is looking fantastic as usual.
So is yours, buddy.
All
right, guys, we're going to end the show here. I'm going to tell everybody bye. So Penny, Vince Womack, Helen Place, Emmanuel was here. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Tim, Mephisto, Wade, and thanks for coming on the show, Meph. Wade, Bill Barclay, Glenn Fleming, Low Spec Linux Gaming, Tom Baker, Connie Cleary. Thanks, guys, for being here. We appreciate it and love all the comments. And I hope you guys had a fun time. This is Bob Ross.
Thanks to Mr. Osteen. Yeah.
Bob Ross, thanks to John Osteen. Signing off. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. And just remember,
Stop that!
stop that. All right, guys. See y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.